Hello. Today I'm talking to you about how to avoid burnout. I think the most important thing, first of all, is to really think about what it is you would like more of in your life and what it is you'd like less of in your life. Just kind of doing an audit and looking at where your time goes over a day, over a week, over a month. If you were to track all of your weekends, you might be able to see where you're spending most of your time and where does your time go and where does your energy go. So it might be that you're spending more time in a certain task or particular activities. I mean, most of it will probably be work, but where are you spending your energy? So once you've kind of done an audit of your own life and where your time and your energy is going, then you can start working out what it is you want to have to reduce or to increase. So and that's where the boundaries come in. So you can say to yourself, well, this is the area where I want to spend more of my time, or I want to claw back some of that time. And during that time, the time I've saved, I'm going to do something else with that time. And then once you have those ideas, you can start to create the boundaries around it. So let's say, for example, you have an activity that you love doing. Perhaps it's doing a particular sport or an activity or a hobby, and you decide that you want to have 2 hours a week to devote to that activity, let's say, just for example. And then it's a case of how do you put that time in? You earmark that time. What day would it be? Would it be regularly? I would recommend that you do the thing that you really enjoy regularly as possible. And then make sure that that time is earmarked just for that so that nothing else can take over that time. So the other thing I would ask you to think about is what brings you joy. So what is it? What are those activities or those things that you can do or enjoy that are a form of self-care? Now, for some people, that's going to be walking outside in nature. It might be reading. It might be watching a series on Netflix. It could be studying or learning or socializing, or spending time doing those hobbies. So really think about what those things are and the things that bring you self-care and a sense of joy. And then really work out where you can fit that into your week. Once you've kind of looked at what you want more of, then you need to carve out the time somehow from the rest of your week. So what is it that you want to reduce? And are they things that you can either delete from your timetable, you can delegate, or you can pay somebody else to do them, for example? And set yourself some realistic goals around those things. Often people say, oh, I really want to do a particular sport, but it will take hours and hours a week. But I wonder if there's a small way you can start to incorporate that in your week, just to increase those levels of energy and excitement and enjoyment around that thing. Sometimes just spending 1 hour doing something you really enjoy in the week can set you up for the whole week and make everything run more smoothly. So, on a day to day basis, there are some really simple things you can do, like scheduling in breaks and actually taking those breaks. And in those breaks, even if they're 5 or 10 minutes, having some regular movement, some moving around from your desk or from the place where you work, and just having a change of scenery. If it's possible to go outside, walk outside, or just spend a few minutes outside, I think that really can help. Um, and also, I think one of the most underrated things is actually talking, just talking to people. And even if that you're just chit chatting and you're having a light, easy conversation, nothing particularly deep or heavy, but it's just a sense of connecting with other people. As more and more of us are working from home, I think I'm hearing a lot of people are finding that they're not getting that connecting time. And, if you are isolated in any way, making sure that you have time to talk to friends or even new friends, people that you've just met or colleagues. I think that's really important to keep those places open where you can have communication. And it's also useful to spend some time reflecting, excuse me, reflecting on your own thoughts and feelings. And what I would always say is that journaling is just a really useful way to sort of reflect on your day or your week, or plan ahead, or just to let go of things that haven't gone very well this week. On a Friday, it's quite a good day to just say, right, what's gone really well? What hasn't gone so well? What am I going to leave behind? That this week is over. It's going to be the weekend tomorrow. And what do I want to leave behind? So I would recommend journaling as a really useful tool. And as I always say, it's always good to seek support and talk to a professional if you need an independent person to speak to who can support you if you're finding that you are coming close to burnout, or you're feeling that you're having some of the symptoms of burnout. You might find another video that I've made regarding what are the symptoms of burnout. So if you're not sure, please go and have a look at that. So please share any of your tips that you might have. How do you keep yourself mentally healthy, well, and feeling upbeat and buoyant? How do you do that when things are difficult and you're overloaded and you're busy and you're exhausted some of the time? So I'd love to see your tips, and leave me a comment. And if you've got any questions of anything you would like to know more about, please let me know. Leave me a comment and I will address those questions in another video. And just to say, I have got 2 events coming up relating to my book, Too Kind, A Survival Guide for Sensitive Souls. And I do work with people who suffer with burnout. So this is very pertinent to my book. And I have an online book launch ceremony coming up on the 9th of May, and I'll link it. And I also have an in-person event in London on the 20th of May, if you'd like to come and celebrate with me for the launch of my book. See you very soon, and have a good weekend.